Hello, this is Ivan for watchandlearn.com, and in the previous episode of Drupal theming we installed Drupal, so that was a mandatory episode. We got that out of the way, and now we can do some actual work. So in this episode we are going to set up our theme. I'm going to show you how theming in Drupal 8 is a bit different than theming in Drupal 7. So in this episode we're going to set up our theme and activate it, and I'm going to show you how you can set up CSS, JavaScripts and so on for your theme. Okay, so first of all, I'm going to go to this site that we installed before. If we go under appearance, so you click manage, if this menu doesn't show up for you, you click manage, you go to appearance, and you can see some themes. So we have Bartik theme, that's our default theme, and the theme the site is using. The administration is using this 7 theme, so as you can see it's pretty much the same theme as the 7 as for the Drupal 7, and it's called 7. So, and we have one uninstalled Stark theme. In this tutorials, in this series, I'm not going to be using some already made theme and we're going to adjust it or something like that. We're going to start building our theme from scratch. Okay, so what we want to do now is somehow make our theme appear right here so that we can enable it. As you can see, we don't have anything except for the themes that come with Drupal right on this page. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to go right here, open up my terminal, go to D8 theming, and I'm going to open it in Sublime. Okay, so this is the structure of Drupal 8. As you can see, it's a bit different from Drupal 7. In Drupal 7, when you made a new theme, you would go to sites, then you had this directory called all, and then themes, and then you put the theme in there, if I remember correctly. I didn't work with Drupal for quite some time now, but I did a couple of Drupal 7 sites. So, but I know that you usually went to sites all and then add the theme right there. In Drupal 8 you don't do that. You just go to themes and then you create a new directory here called custom. So custom, okay. And we have a custom folder. So this is the directory that will hold our themes, or in our case just one theme. You also have this readme.txt file which explains what you should put in this directory. So in the custom folder I'm going to make a folder for a theme, and it's going to be called, so new folder, I'm going to call it Endymion. I think it's written that way, I hope at least. So Endymion. As you can see, I really like Dan Simmons and his work, so my WordPress theme is called Olympus. It was called Ilium before that, and this one is called Endymion. I would call it Hyperion, but I think it's commonly used name for projects and so on. So if you never read Dan Simmons' books, you probably don't know what I'm talking about here, but never mind. Okay, so what's our next step? If you ever worked with Drupal themes, this was back in Drupal 6 and Drupal 7, to make a theme in Drupal you only had to have one file, and that file would be called .info file. So the name of your theme .info. In Drupal 7 it's a bit different, because the info file is not just a standard text file, but it's actually a YAML file. So you want to call your file, so we're going to do new, and we're going to call this one, so we're going to go to sites, no, themes, custom, Endymion, and we're going to call it endymion.info.yml. So Drupal uses YML files for configurations, which is actually pretty good. So I'm just going to save that, and now we have our info file. So in that info file we have to add some information to it. So first of all, we have to name our theme. So I'm just going to do name, and the name of our theme is Endymion. Okay. So the second thing we can add to our theme is description. And we're going to Drupal 8 starter theme. I'm going to call this starter theme because I'm going to put this theme on GitHub, and I probably will be using this theme in my future Drupal 8 projects. After description, you write a type. So the type of this right here is theme, and then you do theme. Okay, why is this is he okay, theme, and then okay, this is it. So it keeps correcting my T. Okay, and now we just write core. So the core this theme is using, actually what we have to define our Drupal installation. So I'm just going to write 8.x, and that should be it. We created our theme. So if I save this right here, go to appearance and refresh it, as you can see we have Endymion starter theme. Okay, if I just put install and set as default, we can start using our theme. So I'm just going to copy this right here and open up a new tab and go to our site. As you can see, there are no stylings. There are actually nothing on this site except for pure HTML and so on. So this is the way you create themes in Drupal 8. What we're going to do next is we're going to add some CSS to it and remove some CSS from it. So as I said before, what we want to do is have a clean theme. So we don't want to have a lot of CSS bogging us down. Maybe a CSS that we don't know what it does or something like that. If you look at this site right now, you can see that there isn't much styling right here. But if we go and look at the source, we can see all of these CSS that Drupal just adds to our site. Okay, so first of all, we don't want to touch any of this because some of these CSS files could be this toolbar right here and so on. So what we want to do right now is I'm going to log out from the site and then refresh this page right here, so we don't have a toolbar on the top and so on. And if we view the source now, we can see that the Drupal right now is calling all of these files. So we don't want most of those files. I'm just going to show you how you can remove a couple of them. We are not going to be removing all of them. They are not going to hinder our theme development, but I just want to show you how you can remove those maybe unnecessary files from your theme. So actually our goal is to have just one CSS file with all the Sass partials in it, and have just one JavaScript file with all our JavaScripts for the front end of Drupal at least. So to remove all of those style sheets, some of them, we can go to our Endymion info.yml file, and just go style sheets, remove. As this is a YAML file, you have to watch out for the indentations. So the Sublime Text does this automatically for me, so it indented this right away. And we go, so let's just remove this views modules CSS. I'm just going to copy this right here without this question mark and NXUR. Okay, and put it in here. We don't need this right here. So, okay. And let's just do one more file. Let's say we wanna remove this align module. So I'm just going to click on it so I can better copy it. Align module.css and paste it right here. Okay, now we save our file, refresh the page, and view source. So as you can see, we still have views module right here, and we probably still have this align module. So I'm going to log in to my Drupal installation. Okay, and I'm going to go to just a second, configuration, and then we're going to go to performance and say clear all caches. Okay, and now I'm just going to log out again, refresh this page right here and view the source of it. Okay, so as you can see, we don't have a views.module.css, and also we don't have, what did we call it, align.module.css right here. So it was right here somewhere, now it doesn't show up. Okay, so we removed those CSS files. Let's now see how we can add some CSS files and some JavaScripts. Before we start adding our CSS files, we'll just log into Drupal once more. And we're just going to go to manage configuration, performance. So I turned these off before making the video and I forgot to tell you about it. So please turn these two things off, because if you don't, instead of seeing these actual file names right here, you will be seeing just some string of weird characters. So if this doesn't work for you, please just turn these two things off. So what we're going to do now, we're going to add a new style sheet to our site. It's going to be called style CSS and it's going to be in CSS folder. So to do that, we have to create a new file first. So let's create a new file and we're going to call it, just a second, so we go to themes, custom, Endymion. We're going to call it Endymion dot libraries.yml. Okay, save it. Now that we have this file right here, in this file we define our libraries. So we define our JavaScripts here and we define our CSS files here. So to do that, first let's define a CSS file. So we're just going to do global CSS. Remember, this is YML file, so indentation is important. Then we do CSS. Okay, then we do theme, and then we do CSS. So this is the name of our folder, and style dot css, and we do this. So that should be it. Now that we defined that in the libraries.yml, we have to call it in our info file. So to do that, first we define our libraries. Then we just do this, of course, name of our theme, and then we do global dash css. So what we defined right here. So we're calling this definition right here into our info file. We save it, and then when we go to our page, first of all, let's clear all the caches, of course. I'm going to log out right now. Refresh this page and view the source of it. So as you can see, at the last place right here, we have custom endymion /css /style.css. Okay, so we don't have this file yet. If we click on it, we get not found, of course. We're going to make those files in the future, in the next episode. Right now, let's call a JavaScript file. To call our JavaScript file, we do much of the same as we did with the CSS file. So we're going to go right here and do global dash JS and then JS, and then we don't do theme, we just do JS slash main.js. So our JavaScript is going to be in JS folder and it's going to be called main.js, and then we do this. Okay, and something that's not the same as the CSS file, we have to define dependencies for it. So we can leave it right here, just like this, if we're going to be writing, I don't know, pure JavaScript. But since we are probably going to be using jQuery for this file, we have to do dependencies for it. So I hope I spelled this right, dependencies, and then we just do core. So we're going to call a file from core, as Drupal 8 comes with jQuery, and just do jQuery, and that's it. That should be it. Okay, save it, and just like we did with the CSS file, we just go right here and do endymion, and then we do global dash JS, and that's it. Save it. Now let's log in once again. I'm sorry. Okay, and we just go to manage, configuration, performance. So we always have to clear our cache, clear the caches. Let's log out right now and refresh this page and view the source of it. So it's not here, it should be down there. So as you can see, JavaScript is included on the bottom of the page. So as you can see, Drupal included jQuery, and then it included our main.js file. Okay, so this is it for configuring your theme, adding JavaScript to it, CSS to it. In the next episode, we are going to configure gulp.js to work with our theme, and we're also going to create these files and make live reload work and all that sort of good stuff. So please, if you like this video, like it. You can subscribe to my channel, you can follow me on Twitter. uh, I hope you guys like this episode. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.